Hello, myself Ramakrishna here. Basically, we are discussing about the future creation, city creation, city creation. Basically, we are discussing about the future creation. In this, basically, we are discussing that basically about the software companies. Basically, about the software companies. So one of the person told that basically, uh, the software company will not give the job to Sunil or Nair, Ramakrishna Nair. They will die, but they will not give the job. Basically, reason reason basically we will discuss later on basically, but one of the satellite person told that basically why basically they are like that here. Basically the software companies basically are like, why like that? Basically they will die, basically will not give the job. Basically that means they will finish the entire software industry basically, but they will not give the job to Sunil or Ramakrishna Nair. Basically they will not basically give this job to the Sunil or Nair. So one of the person told that why basically it's like that. Basically one of the person told that basically, so that means basically somebody is controlling the software company. Basically entire India software company is controlled by one person, because the projects basically are getting to the one person, and he's basically segregating, he's basically separating the projects to each and every software company. Then one of the person told that it might be possible basically. So he basically told that basically why it's like that basically. That means he basically is creating the India land basically, or basically the India blood cells he is creating. Then one of the person told that yes basically. So one of the person told that basically India basically gets the projects now basically, whatever project basically they gets, they only gets from the Indian group only basically. How basically that basically it's like that. Long before basically few people basically visited UK, few basically settled in Italy, few people basically settled in USA, few people settled in UAE basically. They only gives the projects to India basically. So long before they have went in basically, they are basically giving the projects to the Indian group basically. That is one person basically who is getting the projects basically in the base, in the front, with the help of the government basically. Because without government basically you can't do anything basically. That is the rules basically. So one of the person told that that is the rules basically. So one of the person told that basically Mumbai city basically has not given you job, right? Basically Sunil or Ramakrishna Nair. So satellite person basically told that basically. Then Sunil Nair told that basically yes, yeah, basically I have not got the job. So let's basically calculate the data is, that is this basically. Let's calculate it basically. Let Mumbai basically stay in their Abhiman basically. So calculate this basically. Sea water inside Mumbai city going to attract in how many Mumbai, inside Mumbai city, inside entire Mumbai city going to attract in how many time, how many time means how many time it will take, how many time it will take. So I will calculate it basically. So just see basically the calculation basically, because it's very dangerous basically, it's very lengthy basically, it's very lengthy basically. So see basically the calculation. Mumbai population, that is assume that basically it's 6 crore, but in real basically it might be totally different. Here basically we are taking 6 crore multiply by blood cells of one person, that is how much, 6 crore. Then basically multiply by, see basically I will do one thing, I will enter here basically so that it should be clear basically. Then basically what, Mumbai near sea water, that is basically assume that basically that range is basically around 1 lakh kilometers. So the sea water which is going to attract, because entire sea water basically can't attract to the Mumbai. So that basically is range basically, that is setted by which group basically? That is setted by missile company basically, that is created by Russia group basically. Missiles, so here basically spelling mistake is there. So we will do one thing, we will spelling actually it's like this also, lots of people write like this also. So how many missile company how many missiles basically are dumped in this 1 kilometer area basically? Assume that that is also one around 1 lakh missile, 1 lakh missiles basically. This missile is created by which group basically? Assume that that is Russian. So Russian. Here basically what should I write? Now that basically is confused. Should I write land basically, or should I write here the satellite? Here assume that basically we will take Russia only basically, Russian group basically, multiply by Mumbai buildings all, multiply by Mumbai God places. How basically? That I will tell you. Each and every buildings basically, here God place basically can be any god basically, because Ravan basically is also one of the god basically of Sri Lankans basically. So here basically Ravan groups are also basically here connected, because he was also basically he was also believing in the Shankar god basically, Shankar Bhagwan god basically. So here basically that also basically comes into the picture basically. So how basically this is calculated? As if that basically here 7 god basically are there, and 7 god group basically created one group god basically group created 1 lakh building. So 7 group basically 7 god created 7 lakh building. So like this basically it's calculated. So here basically we will take all. So just see how dangerous basically this is going to come, and this basically daily happens basically, and daily basically satellite groups. Here basically I am not taking satellite basically, later on basically last basically we will take satellite group basically. Then basically the lava groups, that is lava groups basically. Then basically the lava groups is done. Then basically Mumbai near city, Mumbai 1%, Mumbai population, that is then Mumbai near city basically, that is then Mumbai human needs created nuclear companies. Then basically comes to power companies. Then comes to energies companies. Then comes to which company? Then comes to satellites. Spelling basically is mistake, so we will satellites basically. This spelling is correct basically.